Welcome to ProSource Muscle Vision. Hi, I'm Evan Rapp, and if you love bodybuilding, then today's guest is a real treat. Of course, I am talking about 8-time Mr. Olympia Ronnie Coleman. How are you today, Ronnie?
I'm doing pretty good. Glad to be here.
Good. We're glad to have you as well. Now, Ronnie, I would imagine that this is a pretty interesting time to be talking to you, because after 8 straight Mr. Olympia titles, you just lost.
Oh, yeah.
How you doing with that?
I'm doing pretty good with it.
Yeah?
Believe it or not.
Yeah?
It was hard at first, but I got through it.
What was hard about it?
Knowing that I was going to lose. That was the hardest thing in the world for me.
Did you feel going into the event that there was a possibility you might be vulnerable for this?
Not a clue.
No. So you thought number 9 was on tap?
I thought it was all in the bag.
Yeah.
Like the first 8 were.
Yeah.
So.
Do you really feel as though you lost?
No, I don't feel like I lost.
Okay.
Looking at the pictures, getting all the thousands and thousands of emails from people that saying I was robbed and saying I was robbed that night, and you just take it and put it behind you for the most part.
Yeah.
And go on with your life.
Now you're up there on the stage, and they're about to announce it, and it's you and Cutler, and Chickarilla's up there. Okay.
Yeah.
What's going through your mind at that point?
Well, I already knew I lost, so I'm just thinking, how am I going to handle this? So I just reached over there to Jay and said, "Well, Jay, you won this one."
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So you were magnanimous.
Yeah.
Here's the big question: are you going to retire?
Oh no! I'm having too much fun to retire.
You're 43 right now.
I'm 42 right now.
42.
I'll be 43 next May.
Okay, very good. So you're 42 years old. What is the life of a bodybuilder? I mean, at what point do you decide that enough is enough?
Well, right now it's the greatest life in the world for me because, like I said, I won 8 Mr. Olympia titles, and of course those titles can't be taken away from me, even though I lost the last one. So I'm on top of the world still.
Yeah.
So
how hard is it to regain the title once you've lost it?
I don't know.
Has anybody ever done it?
Yeah, Arnold.
Yeah, he did. Okay.
Arnold is
all right.
Greatest of all time. So I guess I'm gonna find out next year.
Yeah, I guess so. Now, when a team loses in the World Series or in the Super Bowl, they can often go back to the films and figure out what went wrong, sort of do a post-mortem.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do that in bodybuilding? Can you go back and say, you know what, if I'd been more developed here, or if I'd pushed here, that I might have really been able to tip the scale?
Yeah, that's what I got people for. I got people to go back and find out what happened, what went wrong, and try to correct it for the next time.
Yeah. Where do you think your vulnerabilities were?
Right now, I don't really know.
Yeah? You're still in the process?
Still in the process. We're still in the process of trying to figure that one out.
Yeah.
So we hope to find out real soon.
Did you train any differently this year?
No. Training's always the same. I never change it up. I don't even change my food up. Everything's always the same. The reason why is because what I use to win is what I use to win every year. And I got a saying, if you always do what you always done, you always get what you always got.
That's a good saying. Now tell me something. How long did it take you to actually determine what that balance was going to be? I would imagine that it's nutrition, it's training, it's discipline, it's psychological. How long did it take you to come up with that formula?
Let's say about 8 years.
Yeah?
Yeah, about 8 years, maybe 9 at the most.
And what is the most critical part of that balance for you? Is it the nutrition? Is it the training?
It's a combination of both. Bodybuilding is pretty much all about nutrition. Training is very important. I'm trying to figure out which one is the most important right now. The longer I've been in, the longer you've been in this sport, the more you learn. And if you don't have your nutrition right, you can't win. If your training is not right, you can't win. So it's almost equal.
Tell me about your nutrition when you're preparing, when you're actually in training for a competition. How does it differ from your nutritional level or your nutritional balance when you're out of season?
And it's a little bit more simple when I'm getting ready for a contest. When I'm out of season, I'm just pretty much doing what I want to do, eating what I want to eat. When I say it's simpler, I mean all I eat is the same food every day, day in and day out. Same amount. I weigh and measure everything, and I eat the same time.
Can you give me an idea what that is?
Yeah. See, it's 12 ounces of chicken, like probably 3 times a day. Probably 12 ounces of steak twice a day, and like maybe 2 or 3 protein shakes thrown in there.
Okay.
And grits for breakfast.
Always grits.
Always grits for breakfast. And that's pretty much it. My carbohydrates is like baked potato, rice, 8-ounce baked potato, half a cup of rice.
And you can just switch it on, just like that.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah.
When you're ready, so you can go out of season and go back to having a pizza periodically, and then go back into training just like that.
Just like that.
And it's just automatic at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. But I don't eat too much pizza anyway. I try to stay kind of close to the diet too.
Right.
So I don't get too far out of shape. You know, I don't want to go around looking like a fat person.
I think I'm in touch with that emotion. Okay. Now, at the competition, after you lost, everybody gathered around you on the stage. What did they say to you?
I have no idea. It goes back to my first win. I don't remember anything after they announced Flex in second place.
Yeah.
And people coming up to me and stuff. And I look at the video, I'm like, oh, I don't remember that. Same thing, I guess, my first loss is Olympia. I don't remember anything anybody said to me. Nothing. I remember Jay coming over to me, shaking my hand, and I don't know what he said. I think he said something to me, but I don't remember. I kind of like blocked everything out.
Emotional moment.
Very emotional.
But you don't remember what you and Jay had, any words that you and Jay might have passed between each other?
No, we didn't really pass too many words. Backstage, I congratulated him, and told him he did a good job, and, it was well deserved, and it's his time now. Go and enjoy it, have fun with it. And that was pretty much it. Jay had some words to say to me, but he said most of his stuff to me on the European tour.
Okay. How well do you know him?
I mean, very well.
Yeah?
We work out together and all that kind of stuff, hang out together and eat together.
Yeah?
So I know him pretty well.
So you sort of knew your competition going in?
Just like the back of my hand.
Okay. Does that serve as any sort of motivation for you, the fact that you know this guy on the outside, and does it give you any impetus to beat him a little bit more?
Not really.
Yeah.
Not really, because I won so many times. You don't really have any resentment towards anybody.
But you still want that 9th one, don't you?
But you still want that. You want every last one of them. I want a 9th one and a 10th one.
Okay, now you're coming back for another try in 2007.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to try to do differently?
I want to be better overall. I want to be bigger. I want to be harder. Just my thing is to every show I do to be better. Can
you be bigger? Can you be harder?
Oh yeah, I can be bigger. I can be. There's no limitations on it.
Okay. After the O, you were off to the Dutch Grand Prix.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty quick schedule right there.
Yeah.
Everyone said that you looked like you were back on your game.
Yeah, that's what everybody said.
Were you good? Were you back on?
I think I was. I hadn't really looked at the pictures or anything, but I got a lot of comments.
What do you think was different about the Dutch Grand Prix as opposed to the O?
There wasn't anything different. For the most part, it was all laid back, and we just traveling from city to city, not eating as much as we normally do, and not getting enough rest. I don't know what I don't know how that played out so good. I guess it's just time from being on a diet that much longer probably allowed me to get a little bit harder and a little bit sharper and stuff.
So it is possible that you were sharper and more on your game at the Grand Prix than you were at the Olympia.
Yeah, that's possible. I've heard that.
Okay.
And like I said, it probably just came from just being on the diet that much longer and not eating as much and all that kind of stuff.
Does that tell you that maybe you need to go back in and start training a little earlier for the O this year?
Yeah, but you don't want to do it too early. You lose too much muscle that way.
Well,
I've done that before.
Okay, now does your body change, as we get older? I'm 42 as well. I know my body's changing, obviously in different ways, but does your body change? Does it get harder for you to get harder, to get bigger?
Not really. I haven't noticed it yet. I'm not that old, I guess. Maybe when I get in my 50s, it will change a little bit more. But right now, it nothing really changed that much.
In Australia, you were quoted as saying it's war now. Okay. Sounds like a man who wants his title back. Am I right?
Oh yeah. I thrive on a challenge.
Yeah.
And I've lost before, and I came back bigger and better. And my theme in the gym was, you want to go to war? I'll take you to war.
Okay.
So it looked like they want to go to war again, so the war's back on.
Who are you going to war with?
Me, myself, and I, for the most part, because I'm the one that got to make all the changes.
Yeah.
And I go to war in the gym.
It is an individual sport.
It's an individual sport, yeah.
And you're trying to beat yourself up to get bigger.
To get bigger and better.
Okay. Now Jay Cutler actually made some comments in Europe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I want to back up a little bit. Tell me a little bit about those and what's your reaction to them.
Well, I don't know what Jay's reasons for making the comments were, but they were kind of flattering in a way. But he seemed to be sincere, and I took him to be sincere. Of course, I have a pretty big following in Europe, and people, they kind of go a little crazy for me over there, and they yell, scream, holler, boo when I don't win.
Right.
I guess he kind of saw that. So after the last show, he came up to me and said, "Man, I've been getting second all these years, and it really started to get to me after a while. And I probably said some things that I really didn't mean, but you've always been my idol, and I've always looked up to you. And I've always wanted to beat you, and now that I beat you, I kind of hate I beat you." And that was one of the things that he said to me. Of course, I just replied back that, hey, it's okay. And like I said, it was your turn to win, and you won it. So now just go on to the next one.
You sound like you didn't take it too personally.
No, not at all. I believe that everything happens in life for a reason, and me probably losing that show was probably for me to come back bigger and better next year, like it was when I lost it last time. So, and it's always good when you do that.
Okay.
It's gonna be it'll be a real good thing if that happens.
Okay. A little regrouping. Okay. Who are the contenders that you are on the lookout for?
I think right now, I've been saying this for the last 2 or 3 years. I've always said that the next Miss Olympia, there's going to be great, a really good Miss Olympia is going to be Victor Martinez, and I've always said that because his shape and his symmetry and his look like mine, and the fact that he's a big guy, and once he puts it all together, I kind of see his coming together like mine did. Those little steps, the years, and with bodybuilding, the older you get, the better you get, because the muscles start to mature as you get older, and they look better, and your shape start to form better and stuff. And I think that's what I'm saying with him.
So you think his youth is the only thing that's holding him back at this point?
Oh yeah, youth is the only thing holding him back. I think once he gets a little bit older and get that muscle maturity, his muscles will start shaping up better, become more defined and stuff. Because that's what people are saying right now about him anyway. He just don't have the conditioning yet.
Okay. Now, what have you enjoyed most about being Mr. Olympia?
Being Mr. Olympia?
Yeah.
The most thing I've enjoyed about being Mr. Olympia is I get a chance to drive nicer cars.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Way nicer. And I get a chance to do just about anything I really want to do. And I can afford anything I want. And I can pay my daughter's tuition, and my mom don't have to work. I pay her way too. I think those are the best things I enjoy about it.
Sounds like some nice perks.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, is there anything you don't miss about being Mr. Olympia?
No, there's nothing that I don't miss about being Mr. Olympia, because I've won Mr. Olympia for 8 times, so I still am Mr. Olympia. That's the way I feel in my heart and mind for the most part.
Is that a little bit of a dig saying that you really think that you came through this time as well?
Oh yeah, for sure I did.
Okay.
I just don't have the official.
So it's unofficial. So you're the unofficial winner.
I think I'm the unofficial winner. Jay always called himself the uncrowned Mr. Olympia every year, that he don't win, so I guess I'm going to be the unofficial winner this year.
Well, he's not allowed to do that.
Well, yes he is.
Okay.
Because they do it every year.
Do you have any favorite moments from your bodybuilding career thus far?
Oh, yeah. The most outstanding moment that I'll never forget and will go down as the greatest moment in my bodybuilding history will be the first Miss Olympia win.
Now, you kind of came from nowhere that time, didn't you?
For the most part, and reason why being that is, when I came into bodybuilding, I just came into it because the guy gave me a free membership to the gym.
Really?
Nah, yeah, exactly. I never had any aspirations of winning Miss Olympia. I didn't even think I'd turn pro. I was just, like I said, I was just doing it for a free membership.
And you played football at Grambling first, right?
Played football at Grambling.
What position?
I played middle linebacker.
Okay.
And I didn't know what bodybuilding was about. but I wasn't about to pass up something free, especially when I was struggling.
Yeah, wish somebody turned me onto that.
Big time when I graduated college. Big time.
Now, so when did it take? Someone gave you the
free membership.
So someone gave you the free membership, and suddenly what did he see something in you that you didn't see in yourself?
Apparently when I first day I walked in the gym, he told me I can be world champion at bodybuilding. You know, I'm like whatever.
So this is just there's a good deal of nature involved as well, then.
Yeah. Everything happens for a reason.
And how long after you joined that gym did you get on your regimen and start going?
After he told me if I competed, he told me if I competed in a show that was coming up in like 3 months, he'd give me a free membership to the gym. I started the next day.
So you competed in your first competition 3 months after you got your free membership.
Yeah. So 3 months after I got into bodybuilding, I was winning bodybuilding shows.
Is that the way most guys start?
I don't think so. I know so.
Okay. And there's no minor leagues for bodybuilding. I mean, you sort of just appear out of nowhere.
Yeah, you just go into it, right into it.
Okay. Now, do you have any interesting habits or superstitions when you're training or when you're competing?
Not really, but for the most part, I do have tradition though.
Okay, tradition is good.
Okay, we always have like a prayer session before the show, and we always have one after the show.
Excellent. But there's no
regardless of whether we win or lose.
So there's no wearing your pants backwards or anything else like that?
No,
or
no.
Putting your shoes on the wrong feet or, eating Captain Crunch right the day of or something like that?
No, none of that. It's always the prayer.
That would be kind of cool, though. Maybe you could try that next time.
I have a problem putting my pants on to the front sometimes, so.
I feel your pain. Now, you've got a remarkable training regimen. We touched on that briefly. But when you're training, how do you motivate to get into your thrusts and all those sick lifts that you're doing?
For the most part, that comes real easy for me. All I got to do is yell, lightweight baby.
Lightweight baby.
Ain't nothing but a peanut.
Ain't nothing but a peanut and lightweight baby. I thought you said you didn't have any superstitions.
I forgot about that one.
Okay, so those are the superstitions. So we've got superstitions and traditions. So lightweight baby and
ain't nothing but a peanut.
Will that work for me?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy works as well?
Yeah, buddy works too.
I thought it might. Okay. Now, you're very active in the ProSource forum at prosource.net. What do you enjoy about that?
I enjoy the fans interacting with me on a personal level, and I get some really good comments on that too. And for the most part, this is another reason why I do this. I do it because of the people, and also, I feel that I was put here for a reason, and that's part of my reason of following God's plan for me. And it's something that I really and truly enjoy doing. It's kind of like you're helping people in a way, and it's kind of like what I was doing with the police department, helping people in a way. And I don't get no big reward for it that's like monetary in a way. It's just some the reward I get from it is the personal satisfaction of helping the people. Some people don't know, but I go on my sites, even my personal email and the ProSource. I try to do it just about every night. And last night I didn't even get no sleep because of it, because I always start that about 2 o'clock in the morning, and it takes me about 2 hours every night. Last night I started at 2, my regular time, and I didn't finish till about 4. Well, my plane took off at 6:45, so I had to eat and take a shower and get on the plane.
That's really you, and you're really working on it all night.
Yeah, I'm working on it all night, and it's my ritual. It's part of my ritual that I do every single day, even when I'm getting ready for the contest.
That's really something.
I get on I have a certain time that I do everything. Everything is like organized for the most part. And some people find that strange about me, but it's my way of organizing my life. I get on the internet every night at the same time. I eat at the same time every day. I work out at the same time. I do everything at the same time. Makes it simple, too.
Yeah, I would imagine. Now, you've had when you talk about the fans, you've had some unbelievably large autograph sessions.
Unbelievably large.
Can you talk about some of the biggest ones?
The biggest one that I've had here was at the ProSource store in Toms River.
Yeah, right.
I had two. The biggest two I've had here were here in Toms River, New Jersey, at ProSource.
Tell us something no one knows about you.
Let me see. I don't think a lot of people know I graduated college cum laude with a degree in accounting.
I actually did know that.
But only because I read it. That's not really out there that much.
Do you went to Grambling? We mentioned that before.
Mm-hmm.
You enjoyed it there?
I loved it there. Best school in the world.
You played football there as well. In addition to your accounting degree, you played football. Did you play with anybody that went pro?
Not. Yeah. I did play with a couple of guys that went pro.
Yeah.
They went on and did pretty well too.
You probably came in right after Doug Williams, I would have guessed, right?
Yeah, right after him. Somewhere after him. I don't know the exact year that he graduated though.
Yeah, probably a few years before.
Yeah,
before we would have gotten there. Tell me about your new DVD.
Oh, that'll be coming out in probably December or January. It's I did something totally different on this one. Normally I do my DVD all in the off season or all pre-contest. This year I did all pre-contest and off season on one DVD, and I threw in some Olympia stuff. I never took it to the Olympia, and this is the first time I took it to the Olympia.
So it's looking good.
Yeah, so this is going to be another good one. And plus, I had my heavy training in this one at my favorite gym of all time, Metroflex Gym, where I got my start at.
Now, with all the protein that you've got to take in nutritionally, have you tried the new ProSource Supreme Protein Bar?
Yeah. I think it's the best bar out there.
Outstanding.
Yeah, by far.
What do you like about it?
It tastes good. Doesn't taste like a protein bar, like most protein bars do. It's got a lot of protein in it, and it's like triple layer. Got 3 layers, four layers. It's 4 layered. It's got like one that's ricey crunch, and one that's a caramel, and one like a nut, and one like a nougat or something.
Yeah.
And it's really good.
I understand you were over at the ProSource offices just before.
Yeah, we were over there taking pictures and viewing the warehouse and research center. And
pretty funky operation, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty nice.
Pretty cool,
there.
isn't it?
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah. Now, before you get going, I want to ask you one thing. I want to hear about your predictions for the top 3 at Olympia next year.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that, and I've been thinking about it, and I thought about it a little bit more, and the predictions I came up with was I don't have any predictions, and the reason why is because I never thought in a million years that I'd win Miss Olympia. Once I won Miss Olympia, I never thought in a million years that I'd be defeated on stage at Miss Olympia. So after those 2 things happened, I no longer have any more predictions about what's going to happen. I'm just living life for the most part and following God's plan, whatever that may be for me.
Now, when your bodybuilding career does come to an end, have you thought about life afterwards? Are you going to go back to the police force?
I had a lot of fun working for the police department. I still work there, but I don't do patrolling. I just do mostly community function. It's been a long time since I've had a full-time job. And my brother asked me that question one day, and I'm like, not really. That would be my bottom of the barrel job.
I still think you should go back out on patrol. I'd just love to see you pull somebody over for speeding.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to do it, I'd do it. Once you've thrown newspapers with a college degree and you graduated with honors, you can do just about anything.
I think you're right about that. Before we go, I want to try one little game here, a little word association. I'm going to name 3 guys, one at a time. Get your helmet on, and I want to get you. Give me the first thing that comes to your mind.
All right.
Okay. Here we go. Okay.
Okay, let's do it.
He's been irrigated. Okay. Here we go. Dorian Yates.
I think of Dorian Yates. I always think of a hardcore bodybuilder, something like myself, that trained real hard and worked real hard to get where he was. And probably one of the great Mr. Olympias out there.
Lee Haney.
I always think Lee Haney as the GOAT.
How so?
Lee, he just had that aura about him. He just seemed like he had the perfect life. A life that I would want. He's a good Christian man. He's a good family man. He's a good man himself. He's pure at heart, and he's real simple-minded. And he seemed like the guy that would do anything in the world for you. And he seemed like one of the nicest guys that I've ever met. That's been the greatest of all time at his sport.
High praise.
Yeah.
Last one.
It's always been my idol.
Excellent. Last one. Ronnie Coleman.
Trying to be the greatest of all time.
How close are you?
I'm pretty close.
What do you need to do to get there?
I need to win one more time.
You going to do it?
I think I'm going to do it. I think I can do it.
I think you can, too. Ronnie Coleman, everybody.
ProSource Muscle Vision is brought to you by ProSource, your #1 source for bodybuilding and fitness supplements. Visit us online at prosource.net.